And this guy could attack him next turn, so... Now, let this go to the last moment possible. So, right here, we've seen that he's willing to giant growth something. Okay, so this is the last moment possible before it deals damage, so let's go ahead and Abrupt Decay his creature. And we got 2 for 1. Yay us. Alright. Hopefully he doesn't have any trickeration here. Alright, we'll go ahead and get the 3 in on him without pumping, since we want to go ahead and play our long legs. Which will probably become the new target of martial law. There you are. Okay. Interesting spot. Let's assume that he wasn't going to run out of time. I'm going to need to deal 25 damage to him. This guy can die from a stab wound. I'm not planning on killing him with stab wounds. So I'm just going to get this guy out of the way by a stab wound. And that way I can continue attacking him with this next turn. And then, more importantly, after I play this Gate Creeper, which he will not be able to syncopate, even if he had it, the Gate Creeper will become fodder to my Slum Reaper. Whereas, whatever, hopefully, big, scary creature he plays, we'll go for him. And for 4 mana and a Gate Creeper, which has already replaced itself in the form of a mountain, I will kill his creature and get a 4/2 out of it. I consider that a pretty good deal. Come on, be something big. A big creature to sacrifice. Oh, that's a real big one. He's not going to like this. But I'm not worried about having the mana open to do that. Last moment possible, we will use that mana. Lifelink, because why not? Also, keep an eye on things when you're, look, scavenge. That is still a possibility. Now, which one to play here? The answer is this guy. Sure, this guy can deal 6 damage, but that costs 6 mana to do it, so might as well play the other fella. Also note, if this island had been untapped, with say 3 other lands untapped, I would have played the creature first, because I wanted to be able to use the extra 3 to pump him for lifelink. But I also don't want to get caught up in a spot where he syncopates me and is able to do so just because I used that. Alright, so I've got 2 creatures with a 2 toughness, so I need to plow for I need to clear the way. Otherwise, I hate using that on a 2/2, but we're getting the job done. Now here, I could commit this guy to the board, but there's really no need to. We're going to have him down to 4. I'm not too concerned about whatever he might draw here. The only thing that he could draw here is Supreme Verdict, really. So I'm not too concerned. Let me talk about downsides for a second, because when I first started playing RTR here, I thought, okay, that card's awful, and I just ignored it. Here's where it's not awful. If you're playing green, white, blue, and you're running a really good Selesnya with just touching blue for a couple bounce, something like that, meaning you're going to have plenty of 3/3s and 2/2s and just a lot of walking creatures out that could throw a block while doing this. Using downsize as a fog really defeats the purpose of downsize. You're losing a card, sure. He prevented 10 damage there. That's great for him. That's wonderful. But does it really change the board state at all? No. I'm still coming at him for 6 a turn after playing a Detention Sphere. So the very next turn, I'm still going to hit him for 10 if he doesn't have Detention Sphere. So did downsize really change anything? No. It just left him alive for 1 extra turn. So what I would say there is that it's really only a viable card in a spot where you only ended up with about 23 playables, 22, 23 playables, or you needed some sort of trickery because you didn't get a giant growth or a couple, or you didn't get, I can't think of the name of the card now that gives the 2+1/+1 counters. If you don't find those kinds of cards, and you're going to have the creatures that you need to be able to make it worthwhile. So, those are my thoughts on downsize. Alright, so time to go ahead and play this guy. Oh, missed a lifelink there. Oftentimes, when he plays another land like that, and he's been holding 1 or 2 cards in his hand, oftentimes the other card is either an unplayable via 2 green or 2 blue casting cost, or it's another land. Also, on attacks like this, do the minimum. What I mean by that is here. So, do the minimum to kill him. So here's 8. Here's 10. Sure, I could pump again and pump again, and a lot of new players do that. But what if he were to do something? There's, Cyclonic Rift or whatever, bounces everything back to my hand. Just because I was goofing off, I end up, not being able to play something back down. So just do the minimum to kill him, and then if you need to do more because he does something, then do it. All right, that's first match. I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording, and we'll start it up at the beginning of the second match for the next recording.